So don't get naked unless you want to be recorded.
Just in case. I don't know.
It is going on YouTube.
Woo! Beachbody Girls Got Wild.
Okay, thank you guys for getting on tonight. So I'm really glad that we're doing this at the beginning of the month because what we're going to talk about today is going emerald and what Laura's team has been doing to create more emeralds because they've been kind of killing it, which is really awesome, which sets up everybody for a solid foundation for their business and qualifies you for bonuses. Going emerald, if you're already emerald, just means signing 2 more coaches. And if you're trying to make a substantial business out of this and do more than just get your Shaco paid for, your minimum goal should be to go emerald every month. So 2 coaches each month, 1 on each leg, will create a solid foundation for you and start you building and get you to diamond. And then once you're at diamond, you can kind of strategize a little bit where you want to go, if you want to just strictly build income or if you want to go, say, 2-star and go for the really big bonuses. It depends each year on how the company is doing, but once you're 2-star, you qualify for the quarterly bonuses, and they're pretty substantial. They could be, I've seen some be more than I've made in an entire year at a full-time job. So, I mean, it's definitely something to shoot for. But to get there and get there quickly, you want to try and master the art of going emerald, which is just adding 2 coaches. Sorry, I just had a knock on the door. Yes, babe? So I just wanted to kind of let Laura talk a little bit about what she's been doing with her coaches and creating that vision for them and what she's been doing to help them go emerald, because she's had a couple go emerald in the last 2 weeks, which is really awesome. It means that there's some strong leadership going on there and a real emphasis on creating a solid foundation. So, Laura, if you want to just talk a little bit about what you guys have been doing and what you think has been going well and what's working in conversations to recruit. So I'll let you take it away.
Okay. Well, for me personally, I don't think any of you know, except for Heidi, that I lost my emerald last month because I had someone quit. And it wasn't extremely devastating for me because I then realized how I wanted to show my coaches how to go emerald. And for me, when I signed and when I turned emerald, I ended up signing my mom, and then I signed a friend of mine. Well, I think my biggest piece of advice for my girls was to sign people that they could count on to stay true to their programs and their Shaco on HD, because I couldn't really count on Kaylee, the girl that I signed, to, because she wanted to move out and she wanted to save money and she wanted to, she needed to pocket the $90 a month rather than spend it on Shakeology or whatever. And so I just had to cut her loose because there was no convincing her otherwise. So, but I got my emerald back. Yay, go team. but I think for them, it was build a strong foundation of people you can trust, because then you won't lose your emerald, because you can trust these people and they're going to be there and they're going to be supporting you and they want to support you. So that's the husbands and the moms and, the sister-in-laws or whatever, stay really close to your family dynamic when you're starting out, because you know that those people are going to be the people that will stay. Now, I don't know. Hold on. I got to look at my notes.
Okay. So what you're kind of saying there is like while you're trying to gain the momentum as a new coach and you're
Right.
trying to establish Emerald, go with some people that you know are going to be solid for you while you
Right.
find your footing as a coach and while you find that, just so you don't get discouraged.
Right. Because
Okay.
I mean, Kaylee took off and, she didn't think twice about my business. I mean, she didn't give a damn. And so, and I can't blame her. I mean, but my mom's not going to leave because my mom cares. My mom wants me to be successful. My husband's not going to bolt because, well, I sleep next to him. So there's the solid foundation of when you're trying to form the building blocks of your business is pick the right people in the very beginning.
Okay, sit.
Yeah.
Eat your macaroni and cheese, please.
Hi. So let's see. Another thing was when you sign your 2 coaches, I keep telling my girls that when you sign and you turn Emerald, the newbie kinks are gone. You feel more confident in, I can do this. I can do this now. Whereas before, you're not signing coaches. You're like, oh my God, how do I sign someone? How do I get my questions answered? When you sign your coaches and it's people that you're familiar with, like your mom or your husband or your best friend or whatever, you'll be able to kind of crash course going Emerald with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you'll feel a little more comfortable if there's a slip up because you're not in panic mode.
Right. Well, I mean, for instance, I signed my first coach, which was my mom, and I sat in my closet with a glass of wine, and I'm like, it took us like 2 hours to sign her as a coach because we had to get new emails and we had to do all of these things, and it was like, okay, call me when this is done. Okay, call me when this is done. Okay, let me ask the team pages. And I got all my kinks out and all my stressors out at that point, to the point where I could then take on strangers and feel more confident about it.
Yeah, I think definitely hitting Emerald gives you that confidence. And that's kind of funny. You said that you lost your Emerald and it didn't trip you out. I had an opposite problem. I actually signed my mom, and my mom stopped her HD and she didn't tell me. I did lose my Emerald and I had a complete meltdown, and for 2 weeks I really contemplated quitting.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I can't do this. My mom won't even stay with me. So it's like, I think even if that does happen, that's also a great learning experience because obviously I didn't quit. And you learn to grow stronger from that. So learning from your kinks process was amazing because you grow stronger from that. So, going through those tough things is kind of the way to
deal with
become
it.
A better coach.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny too, because I remember you and I were texting each other and you're like, oh my God, Kaylee quit. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'll talk to her, whatever. And then I think the one thing that hung me up, but I really held on to your words, was you were like, bless and release. Mm-hmm. You just, sometimes you just got to say, okay, you'll come back when you're ready.
Yeah.
But right now, all you got to do is say a little prayer and send you on your way, because you have done all that you can do. And I did everything for her. And
she had a place in your business. She got you to Emerald, and that was, what it was.
Yeah.
Which will happen. And the more you guys are signing coaches, even as you are, don't discount coaches. They have a holding place. Like we're saying, building to Emerald gives you that confidence. Just having someone, even if they're not working the business, they're there, and it's kind of
their placeholder
to know that there's at least somebody there to hold that place.
Right.
So discount coaches, even if you have 2 discount coaches to go Emerald, is still, that's
you're doing
a great way to do things, because once you go that Emerald and you get announced and people need to see you being like recognized and that you're moving forward in order to kind of trust that you'll stay around and that you'll you'll be there for them if they're going to go into business with you, basically. So if 2 discount coaches is what you need to go Emerald and get the recognition so that somebody else looks and says, hey, oh, okay, maybe I'll be into that and give it a try. I think that's totally okay. And a lot of the girls are, like the leaders, aren't announcing coaches on their pages anymore, which personally I think is a mistake, because I've had a number of people sign up because they saw somebody else sign up.
Yeah.
So just recognize the crap out of the coaches you do get,
Right.
Celebrate everything.
Yeah. And
so now that they have the momentum going, like, what are you guys doing to keep going and keep the excitement and start conversations? Like, are you guys having any certain conversations or?
Yes, we have a just a personal message, a group personal message, because right now I've got there's 4 coaches running my current challenge group, and so we have a group message on Facebook, and it could be anything from like screenshotting, oh my gosh, look at this conversation that I just had with this person, oh my gosh, my heart is so full, or I'm so happy, or pinch me, this is my real job, and we all just kind of feed off of it when we're frustrated. That personal message on Facebook is almost like a mini version of the team page, because if I can't answer their questions, then we go to plan B, C, D to get our questions answered. But I found that, well, and you told me this for the longest time, you're like, you need to answer your own questions.
You have to try.
Because when you just ask somebody, then it just kind of goes in one ear and out the other. When you do your research and you do the crash course and all of this, signing someone, it just kind of sticks better. Mm-hmm. So for our little personal messages, we there's frustrating things that are said. Oh my gosh, this person is just hung up on the fact that it costs too much. Well, let me show you what I've done in the past. I've told them A, B, C, and D, or, just personal things that have worked for me. Or I get really good ideas from them, and so I just, and I have to admit, the team that I'm building are people that I would hang out with. You know what I'm saying? Like they're friends, and they're people that I truly have a lot of stuff in common with. I think building a team with people that don't have anything in common is a really bad idea. You want the DIYers and the decorators and the singing and the artists and the this and the that's, because it all just kind of, it's a big melting pot of people who all kind of out for the same thing.
So you're saying focus on interacting with coaches on the team. That's helping you guys go forward because you're always in contact with each other. Yeah.
Right. And we're not, and we don't just communicate about our challenge groups or about Beachbody. There's a lot of stuff that we just talk about. I mean, we talk about our kids and life and,
yeah, definitely. Definitely that's the way it should go. So do you think that everyone right now is growing coaches in a challenge group? Where is everyone finding their coaches?
Yes, our challenge group is nuts this month.
Right. So they're starting as challengers and then you're signing them as coaches.
Yeah. They're well, I mean, I have to play off how I got attracted to Beachbody, because like I said before, I've had lots of people pressure me to sign up, try their products, and I've always kept them at arm's length. I don't think so. But it was the realness in you, you're like, oh my God, my kid has been screaming. I'm like, I like her, and then all of a sudden I'm involved in one of your challenge groups and I'm surrounded by love. And I'm like, girls are totally programmed to hate on each other. And so I'm like, this place is positive and it's happy and it's fun and they're funny and I love this, and one particular time really got me was I had fallen off the bandwagon and I posted in the challenge group about, oh my gosh, I just ate all my kids' Halloween candy and I feel like garbage. My stomach hurts. And you're like, what kind of life would life be without Halloween candy? And I'm like, oh my God, she's not getting mad at me. Like she's telling me that it's okay and that I just show up tomorrow and everything's going to be okay. So I have to play on what attracted me to Beachbody. And it was the fact that you were real and the fact that you pushed an 80-20 lifestyle that I had never heard of before. Because if I couldn't give 110%, you could count my ass out. So, so I'm like 80-20, what the hell is this? And so I have to play on that for my coaches because I want that for everyone. Mm-hmm. I found something great and I want to share it with everyone. Mm-hmm. And so I am duplicating that happy, positive, 80-20 real shit in my own challenge groups. And it's been serving me really well.
So you're just, because that's what's going to build your team is finding people like you. So you're just kind of trying to create what you liked, right, and letting that attract, your vibe attracts your tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. It's amazing. Are there any like specific challenges that you guys have come up against that you can share with everyone? Because I know sometimes it's creepy to talk about coaching or it's scary or intimidating. Like, how do you guys get over that?
For me, one particular instance was there was a girl who was, I'm too broke, I'm so broke, this is just not gonna work, I can't afford this. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So then her mom and I talked, because I'm friends with her mom too. And her mom was like, oh my gosh, she was like, can I pay for it? And I was like, absolutely. Well, she brought it up to her daughter at a family dinner. And her daughter's like, Mom, I'm not really into, like, I'm kind of on this whole coaching thing. And I told her mom, I said, listen, your daughter doesn't have to do shit. I said, having her sign up as a discount coach is the smartest thing that you and her can do financially. I said, the thing about it is I signed up out of sheer vanity and a discount. Mm-hmm. I said, that's what I signed up for. And I was like, and I'll be the first one to raise my hand and tell you that. I said, but the thing about it is I didn't get a taste for this coaching thing until I helped someone save their own life. And that was Angela, where I got this taste of, hey, I'll meet you to go walking, or I'll come over to your house and, help you meal prep, or, just kind of coaching her over text or the phone or what have you. And I'm like, oh my God, I want more of that. If that's what that feels like, give me more. And I said, the fact of the matter is if and when she ever gets around to having someone interested in what she's doing, I said, and then she realizes, oh my God, I can make a difference. She will have an avenue to create a business out of that passion, out of that love, out of that drive, out of that excitement, and I said, so signing as a discount coach is a financially smart move. I said, but she doesn't have to do anything just yet. She can work on herself and just take it slow and join our challenge groups and invite a few of her buddies or a few friends to come along with. Next thing you know, she's going to start, chit-chatting in the challenge groups, and she's going to be loving the positivity. And next thing you know, people are going to be falling in love just like I did, just like she did, just like you did. And you've got your building blocks.
It's like, yeah, I hear you. So you're starting them as challengers, but with a discount.
Right.
Because it's kind of like that good, better, best thing that we posted about send
Right.
a discount code because you know you're going to stay on Shakeology for more than 1 month. So you
Right.
may as well be on HG.
Right.
And get a discount.
Right.
And then have them start slow. Or so I like that.
Yeah.
It's a
And
great way to do it.
that's how it worked for me. I mean, I joined in and I was like, wow, I don't want to pay $131 a month. I want to pay $90. So I was like, I'll just sign up and do it that way. Next thing you know, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to invite Angela into the challenge group because that'd be really fun. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, Angela's having a really hard day and she posts in the challenge group. I'm the first one on it. And I completely turn her day around by whatever I said, or, hey, I'll be at your house in 20 minutes. Let's go walk the track, or what have you. And for her to send messages to me saying, if it wasn't for your enthusiasm for my life, she was like, I wouldn't be here. So it's messages like that where I went to bed that night in a fit of tears going, oh my God, if this is what purpose feels like, give me more of that.
I love it. Since there's Abby and Brittany here, are you guys having any challenges that you want to talk about with conversations or anything that you want to add? No?
Anyone?
I'm still muted. Hang on.
Yeah.
Sorry, my allergies got me crazy.
Mine are too.
For me, it's just excuses. Everybody just has excuses. So
Sure.
I just.
Is that just getting in a group, or what do you mean?
Just like talking to people because they're always like, what are you doing? You look so great, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Then I tell them and they're just like, oh, I can't afford it, or they're too lazy, or they don't have time. And so I'm like, well, neither do I. That's why this is perfect, because it's only 30 minutes a day. And
so you're just kind of relating to them and then telling them, like, do you just, okay. I mean, that's kind of all you can do is just relate and then show, like, I felt, I found. So be like, I feel you. I felt the same way. And I found when I started, XYZ, or like Laura said, if they can't afford it, you offer them the discount. Or one thing that some girls do is they're like, well, can you think of 3 people that would want to do this with you? And then you sign them as a coach and you have them sell those 3 people and it pays for their thing, I mean, you just kind of have to keep having the conversations and being able to offer in, like, say you talk to somebody about a 21-day fix and then this month it's on special. Get them to save, get them to show where they are spending money, that if they really wanted it, they could invest their money differently.
right.
I think it's just, you're doing the right thing, just having the conversations and having them and follow up with those people, And if you do have challenges that you want to come up against, let us know. We can help out. Did you have something, Laura?
Yeah, I was gonna tell Abby, the seed has been planted already. When you do the girl, I feel you, I've been there, I know that dark place, or what have you. The seed has been planted. So I think at that point, you just kind of bless and release, and you do you, and you keep posting, and you keep feeling great, and you keep looking awesome, and people will eventually make full circle. That's the important part, is you have the conversations with people, and of course they're going to have their excuses, because you did, and I did, and Heidi did. We all had our excuses. And so you just answer their questions and kind of send them on their way, because people can't feel that miserable forever. They're gonna come to that point where, you know what, I heard about this thing. It might have been 6 months ago, 6 weeks ago, 6 days ago, but I heard about this thing and she looks amazing, and she, I want to drink the Kool-Aid too. And people will make full circle. So that's it. That's all I have to say about that.
Certain. Brittany, anything?
Yeah, I struggle the same thing with Abby. Like I planted the seeds like a while ago when I started. And I still got like a lot of excuses when it comes to like how expensive it is and everything like that. And, you know, a couple of people saying, well, I can't really afford it right now, but maybe it's something I can save up for. So like I've had those conversations. I've revisited a couple of times just to check in, and either not getting a response or just kind of the same excuses. So what I've been doing, like I have my challenge groups, and I have challengers in my group that haven't signed up at all with me. They're just people, they're trying to do their own thing, kind of based around 21 Day Fix, like going for a half-hour exercise a day or eating clean meals. Like I've posted all of the clean eating lists of food and stuff like that in the challenge groups, and they're doing their thing there. And so I just post and, you know, about the program that I'm on and what I'm doing and stuff like that to try and kind of get them motivated to ask me about, yeah, but it hasn't happened yet. So
Suggesting there is to maybe be, and I'm not going to say aggressive, but a little bit more like real with them. Be like, are you getting the results that you want on your own? No.
yeah,
They will. The only thing you're missing is the actual structure. And just like kind of be a little more forward about it. You know, you let them in, they've been trying, and I think we've all been there before without going all in.
yeah, it's getting over that hump of just kind of getting my coach balls, I guess. You know,
That's a perfect way to put it, coach balls. I love it. So that's true, because it is hard to tell somebody, hey, you're not doing it. You know, it's not, whatever you're doing isn't working. But you're kind of already in the place that you can say that, and they kind of might expect you to. And I think it's totally okay. I mean, they're in your world, they're in your gym, basically, like they're in your house, and so you're running the show. You know?
okay.
Don't be afraid. It's in coach ball. I freaking love that. That's hilarious. But yeah, and then, you know, just I really like what Laura was talking about, getting in with other coaches and talking and seeing what other people are doing, learning new things all the time. I've got a little pod that I'm in right now with 3 other girls, because we've been waking up at 6 every day for quite a while now. But I've learned so many new things from them, and they're from other teams. So like going into Alive and Well, finding somebody that's like you, or even a group of people, and just having a little thread and checking in and seeing what's working and what's not, and ideas. Because I mean, it's kind of like being a parent. There's no handbook. Like there is, but it's kind of lame, you know. The Beachbody site has a lot of great information, but it's kind of robotic, you know. You don't want to ever send any of those scripts to anybody. So it's cool to see what other people are doing. So I encourage you guys to kind of try something like that, even if it's somebody on our team. But it's just cool to have a different perspective, see what other people are figuring out. Laura?
One more thing. So for the financial aspect, when everyone's like, oh God, I can't afford it. It's so expensive. The one conversation that I've had, and this actually happened, I sat down with Tad before I signed, and I took a statement of mine from my bank, and I highlighted every Starbucks transaction on there. And I then calculated that transaction for the month, and I was damn near at $90 a month in Starbucks. And I use that when I talk to people. I'm like, do you go to Starbucks? And they're like, oh, no, I go to Dutch Brothers. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, how many times do you go a week? And I've already got that calculation kind of reeling in the back of my head. I'm like, okay, so do you realize, one, we have cafe latte, which tastes like a frappuccino. And I said, how much is a venti frappuccino from Starbucks? And they're like, oh, I don't know, like $5. And I said, oh, okay. And then I'm like, okay, so we break it down. It's what, $4.33 is what we've come down to per serving for Shakeology. And I was like, and then not to mention it is a meal replacement. So you get your coffee fix and it's a meal replacement. So you're not just drinking stupid empty calories. I was like, you're saving a meal, so on and so forth. I said, and since starting Beachbody, I was like, I haven't gone to Starbucks since. I said, so I just refocused my funds to something healthier and that makes me feel better and isn't just a ton of crap, and so I just tell them that I just refocus the energy on something better than Starbucks. And I was like, just try it for 30 days. If you hate it, you can send it back, bottom of the bag guarantee. And I was like, but I can promise you this. I was like, you won't hate it. So that I don't know. That's a conversation I use a lot because a lot of people love Starbucks and a lot of people have no problem swiping their debit card for $5 chunks at a time, twice a day, for their coffee fix. And, but I'm like, why wouldn't you get something that makes you feel better, less bloat, so on and so forth, and it's cheaper. So anyways, use it because
I think
it's a good
sticker shock.
What?
I think it's the sticker shock for sure. So breaking it down and showing the value, I think, is the best way to do it.
Right.
I love it. It's just those excuses.
Yes.
We got to help each other fight through them.
Yep.
All
Just
right.
remember, we all have them.
Of course.
Just remember.
That's why it's always good to relate. All right, ladies. Well, I'll let you get to your evenings. Thank you for getting on.
Thank
And
you.
I'm gonna post this and let everybody else see what they were missing. Night, you guys.